Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the USR, your main proprietor, Tenkars-tavern.games. So, many of you have been sending me PMs today about the Crit Awards, a relatively unknown award that started apparently in 2023. It's a series of awards. I lost count of how many awards, 40 plus awards given out for best GM, best NPC, best whatever. Very inclusive. That's awesome. But these aren't the Ennies. All right. So, and folks go, I hear there's a an issue with an award at Gen Con. It's not the Ennies, folks. Just clearing that out. We want to make sure nobody gets confused. This isn't something that N World is doing. However, there are a number of companies, big and small, that are sponsors. And I'm not at liberty to say who these sponsors are, but I do know of a large sponsor that pulled their support because of this post on Twitter. I think it was from last week, but it gained speed this today. Go figure. We at the Crit Awards want to be very clear on our stance and address an updated portion of our code of conduct for clarity. And I went and I actually looked at their code of conduct. It's extensive, but their code of conduct now includes individuals who identify as Zionists, promote Zionist material, or engage in activities that, without a doubt, who decides that, by the way? But without a doubt, support Zionism are not eligible for nomination. Now, for my regular viewers, this is a very DEI, diversity, inclusion type of equity type of organization. There, now, what I found surprising is that so long as I think less than half of the people involved in a project aren't part of the Crit Award staff, that project is it could be up for an award. Kind of sounds kind of shaky to me. And there are 19 or 20 people on their staff. But in any case, this was making the rounds. A lot of people have talked about it. I personally don't have an issue with awards that are there to enhance, uh, people that are otherwise marginalized. That's fine. I do have an issue with excluding marginalized individuals because they happen to be what, Israeli? That's what the Zionist is a stand-in for, right? Or a Jew that supports the existence of Israel, or a Gentile that supports the existence of Israel. Listen, hey, I'm happy to be one of those. I believe Israel should exist. So, um, I was very surprised this evening to have this sent to me via PM. Crit Awards voting opened. This is extremely difficult on us. Well, I thought it'd be for us, but all right, difficult on us as we navigate the situation that we are finding ourselves in. A situation, by the way, that was created by them because they decided that they had to, I don't know, signal. They had to be. Another word's a bad word, but actually I won't even say it. But they had to be more in and more hip than the NAs. We got to make a stand. They made a stand. Now they're paying the price. And I'll tell you what that price is as we talk about this. Updates as to what any physical event will look like will come at a later date. Until then, due to recent events and the intention that we have received, you put this up on Twitter/X. You wanted the attention. You got the attention that you wanted because nobody really knows about your awards. But you got the attention. And 10,000 votes is nothing compared to what the Ennies get. But you got the attention that you wanted. And now you got blowback because of it. And now you're like, oh, we didn't want this attention. If you had never shared that previous update on Twitter, nobody would have known about your new update. You needed to signal. And because of that, you are paying the price. Due to recent events and the attention that we have received, it is with an extremely heavy heart and much disappointment that the Crit Awards will be unable to return to Gen Con for its 2024 event due to safety concerns. Now, this is just my understanding from my connections, but the reason why they are not returning to Gen Con isn't because of safety concerns. One reason is one of the major sponsors for this award, a company that I was surprised to see the name of. I'm not naming them because they've pulled their backing. So I'm not going to embarrass them by naming them, but good for them. They pulled their backing. They're no longer sponsoring the Crit Awards. And some organizations reached out to the city of Indianapolis and said, hey, do you know what this sponsored event that is currently sold out at Gen Con, this big event, this big convention that's held in your city, do you know that there's an anti-Zionist aspect to this event? And my understanding is that the city of Indianapolis reached out to Gen Con, and then after reaching out to Gen Con, we have this announcement from our good friends at the Crit Awards. So, with this said, we will capitalize, be continuing forward with a virtual event as we evaluate how we will be moving forward with the celebration of the amazing creators and phenomenal community members of the TTRPG space. Tickets purchased for the Gen Con event will be refunded. Well, that's good. We encourage any of our nominees who wish to, now this is interesting, remove their participation in any capacity to please reach out, as we understand this situation can be extremely mentally taxing and difficult in ways that may be unexpected. Well, what would be the issue other than the fact that you essentially labeled yourself as anti-Zionist, right? Individuals who identify as Zionists promote Zionist material or engage in activities that without a doubt support Zionism are not eligible for nomination. So what you're saying is, hey, listen, if you are a Jewish creator, or if you're somebody who maybe is sympathetic to the Israeli state, maybe you had friends that were there during the October 7th attack, right? Maybe you know somebody who was taken hostage. Maybe you don't want to be associated with this award. Maybe. So, we want to take this moment to reaffirm our stance that hate in any capacity will not be tolerated by any individual or groups within our event unless it is apparently aimed at Jews. Right? I mean, that's really what this comes down to. We ask for patience as we come to terms with the situation. And we want to thank the community for the outpouring of support. You didn't get that. And positivity. I can never fully express what it means to both myself and the entire Crit Awards team. So, there you have it, folks. Listen, can you have an issue with the state of Israel? Certainly. But when you make these blanket statements, and you're basically saying by this statement that, hey, if you're from Israel, you're not welcome. If you're a Jew that supports Israel, you're not welcome. If you're a Gentile that supports Israel, you're not welcome. Well, you know what? I think you're participating in hate in any capacity. Your own statement. I don't happen to be Jewish. I happen to be Catholic. But I have Jewish friends. And you know what? One of the countries I wouldn't mind actually going to at some point would be Israel, even though it's in the middle of a dangerous zone. I don't know. But I give a lot of props to the people that stood up and made sure that hate like this, discrimination like this, in many ways similar. I know people go, well, it's not quite World War II. It's not quite Nazi Germany. That's how it started, right? I give a lot of props to the people who I am sure behind the scenes made sure that what we see as a final result happened. So, folks, on that note, if you like this channel, if you like what you see, subscribe. It helps. Like or dislike. If you don't like what I'm talking about, feel free to dislike. YouTube doesn't care. It's all part of the algorithm. Comment. Wednesday night, there will be a live stream. It's going to be a lively live stream. I can guarantee you that. There's a lot of moving parts in the news of this industry that's been going on in the last 6-7 days. Wednesday's going to be hopping. So, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. I will catch you all on the Wednesday live stream, 8 p.m. Myself, Bad Mike, Jim Kitchen. You can't beat it. You really can't.